We are on Corway in the roads. Trying to get this I'm trying to get this rumble thing set up. I think it's working. Not even sure.
41 Fellowship Unit 13, call time 724 Northwest 19th Street, 724 Northwest 19th Street. Contact the complainant Mario. He's advising that he's been mistreated at the QTA. He disconnected the line. The DDA showing to be at this QTA. If the unit can check and advise, it shows to be a rehab facility at 1435 41 12.
Oh my god.
4112.
24 in the river.
Unit 15 of those by 4111.
115.
1435.
$42.25.
Just good.
You still the unit on 9. There's one officer in training. IBM 44D61.
09 and 1435.
Hey Cece, how you doing? Yeah, this is a Little Havana. Actually Corway net. Sorry guys, I'm just getting situated here. I wonder if I can pop out the All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take a phone call there. I had to put the microphone on mute.
Grand Ave. 525.
Just listening to South here.
Yes, sir. 421 on DC.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a link in the description of the. Well, we're simulcasting now actually to Rumble and to YouTube at the same time. I dropped the Twitter simulcast because I believe that you can watch Rumble videos directly on Twitter, and I gotta check on that to make sure. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I can't multicast to 3 different places at the same time. So technically, I'm not doing a live from the street segment right now. So this is all just a figment of your imagination. I'm just checking to see if all this stuff works. I know I do a lot of testing, guys. I'm sorry, but all of this tech is kind of what keeps me going. I like it a lot. Let me see if this will play. All right. So technically, we're live on Rumble right now. And we're also live on YouTube right now.
7513.
How do I see?
Change my signal to a 15
How
with
do I
animal control.
see the number?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. New tab. Well, anyway, you guys don't mind if we sit here and wait for a call, do you?
Ma'am, you show me en route to relieve the unit at the Battersea detail, please.
Yes, sir. 1442.
All units in the curious stand by and switching operators. We're going to be curious stand by and switching operators. 1443.
Are you responding to work emails from a patrol car, from your car, from your desk? All right, let's go for a drive.
Seventy-one 13.
Hi, on 13.
Show me on 9 on 10 Central Station. What do you want?
25 9.
Seven 622.
Yes, thanks.
09 42641. Next me on the 10. South Station front desk.
2245, sorry. 76 different problems. Just okay. Show me analysis. 2245, sorry.
$76.10.
76,
06. We'll get into that.
Yes, that's fine. 4247, ma'am.
Shit.
76, 23, negative 17, Mike. 17, Mike, number 31 Southeast 5th Street. Number 31 Southeast 5th Street. Was it a white Audi that hit the wall of the complex while attempting to exit? At 1448, 7623.
What was that address?
Was it a white Audi that 7623, negative 17, Mike. 17, Mike, number 31 Southeast 5th Street. Number 31 Southeast 5th Street. Was it a white Audi that hit the wall of the complex while attempting to exit? At 1448, 7623.
926.
1448, Money. Seventy-four 25, make it a 34. 742 Washington Route 15. That's 76, correction, 1764 Southwest 10th Street. 1764 Southwest 10th Street, apartment number 6. Complainant advises brother, white male, Amir, 30 years of age, black shirt, white shorts. Here from Lieutenant Mount, 1448, Money.
Yeah, 525. Show me right.
That's Max Road, 1449, Money.
526. State camera 11. 11.
11 Northwest 11 11, 1449, Money.
Did they say a car that crashed into a house? Or into a building? I didn't hear it. I wasn't paying attention. 31 Southeast 5th. Well, we're here. I don't see any cars crashed into any buildings. Definitely not any houses. Okay, well.
Papa.
11, please.
Show me arrival. Can you try the back?
Sure, go. First, second, tonight.
Hey, how's the video over there? Is it choppy? I noticed it's sending a lot of data over to Rumble and YouTube at the same time, a lot more than it did to Twitter and YouTube together. So I may need to rethink this if the signal is bad. How's it look on your end? CC says, I'm so fired as a dispatcher. Why? Why? Okay, cool. No delay. Cool. Well, let's hope it holds up. I'm just gonna drive around the usual hot spots and see if we lose it. We'll lose it here at some point. This is really, really bad, this area. Hey, everybody show some love to Mrs. Miami PD Scanner over there in the Miami PD Scanner studios, manning the control room. Impossible without her.
Six nine six seven.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so did you have any contact information for the 17 night that you called off at Southwest 30th and 8th Street? The PSA can locate.
I see a PSA car behind the vehicles.
7411, can you make contact?
Aye, these scooters, bro.
7411, Papa. Where's the 7411 Papa? Line it up. 7411P, unit with IBM 28688.
Go ahead, Miami.
Just over verifying you make contact with the party?
Yes, sir.
Cheers, off 1456 Miami.
Hey guys, so I opened an account on Rumble. I don't know if you're familiar with Rumble, but it's like an alternative to YouTube. It's the same kind of platform. You know, they tout themselves as the free speech platform. They don't tend to get rid of people there for, you know, saying stupid shit. And I was thinking about simulcasting to both. I mean, all of the live feeds as well as well, the scanner feeds as well as the live from the street segments. So I opened an account there. I'm simulcasting to both here and there right now. If you check the you want to help out. If you want to help out the channel, just check out the link that's in the description of this video. It says something like. All right, let me check Central here. Let me put Central on.
Unit number 2113.
Oh, you're saying to check Central to see if he's on, the Papa unit is on Central.
Fine.
Anyway, so if you can check the description here in this video, there's a link near the top that says something like, you know, register with Rumble. If you use that link, that's an affiliate link. And I'm not really sure what it does, but I'm pretty sure I get some kind of credit for it over on my channel on Rumble. And if you could please just register there. If you don't already have an account, go ahead and register there. And if you do have an account, or after you register, go ahead and find us there at Miami PD Scanner, and give us a follow. I think that in order to have a creator account with them, you need 100 people. Right now I think we have 0 people. I'm not sure. I haven't checked it in the last 10 minutes, but it's definitely probably still 0. So I'd appreciate it if you can just go there and take a few seconds to register and go ahead and give us a follow. That'll help us get to the goal of 100. Also, if you know of anybody that you can that would enjoy this content, if you can go ahead and share the channel with them, either one, the YouTube channel or the Rumble one. Let's see what is going on down here. Anik from YT. Hi, Anik from YT. How you doing? Thank you, Brain Bright. Appreciate it. Well, it's good to hear you're doing good, Anik. I don't remember seeing you here before. Maybe I have. I'm not sure. How did you find the channel, Anik? Or do I remember seeing you here before? Remind me. Doing good, man. I can't complain. Doing all right. Huh. I just got a little temperature gauge on the top of my like a little overheating warning at the top of my video, the camera. I wonder if it's if it has something to do with the simulcast and the amount of data we're pushing.
$74.11 or $74.12.
7411.
Cancel unit still on the 42.
You can Shovel units on it. It's going to be 13 on it.
Okay, so did you make contact?
She's alive. Yeah, she's going to call out her brother.
Yes, okay, so don't tonight.
Somebody 413, are you sure the unit?
$34, 1720, Southwest 13th Street.
Yes, sir. You get a 9 bus units, put in the notes, and we made contact with both parties. One's Westwest Pass, and with zip tied 58 to scare you. Yes, sir.
Yes, I copy contact with ladies at one with trespass.
Yes, sir. She was just, I guess, outside. And she never made contact, she never went inside. So we made contact with her and also the lady who called, which is half property owner, and we weren't able to make contact with the property owner as well.
Yes, sir. Here's another amendment. Traffic 453. Seven 452. Unit with IBM 44286.
CC says it's time for a CC says it's time for a glass of wine and a ride along town. You know it's 3 o'clock, right?
451, I'll raise them.
I mean, I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Here's another amendment.
Six 015.
6015.
Online, IBM 42860 46 times up.
Yes, sir. 46 and 1605.
311 Southwest 7th Street at the Publix, unfiltered 2300.
Yes, sir. Good on the Southwest 7, 23, 1605 minutes.
7452, you ready?
Yes, sir. Just verify. Still on your 19, Southwest 19 to 8.
No, negative. That's 191 arrest.
Yes, sir. 1605 minutes.
7451.
Hey CC, how do the unit numbers work?
7451, 15.
I know the 20s are sergeants, right?
Yes, sir.
278, Chase parking lot. Florida Thai, Lima, India, Foxtrot, November 35. Carry you.
Yes, sir. Chase parking lot at Southwest 37 and 8. That's 1606 minutes. Seven 4500. That information. Lima, India, Foxtrot, November 35. True. 1636. Expiration of 4/14/27.
Keep us all, thank you.
Yes, sir. 1506 timing. 7513. 7513.
7513.
Just are you telling them 50 with the rescue?
You go ahead and show me on my.
17, pressure 15 on 790. $75.21 Papa. 75.21 P. Show me mobile with some for 5 P. Mobile with 745 P. Sounds 58 my man.
Anybody?
7619.
Has anybody been to this bakery?
76.9.
That bakery?
I mean, you want to answer 17 for me?
Just you're involved or you're calling it off?
No, calling it happened at 2 and 13 at the gas station at the pumps. At fault vehicle was going to be a white van, Ford van, Delta Mike 35, Tango Whiskey. Let me know when you're ready for the second.
Just under 5 just now, 313.
2 and 13 at the Exxon gas station.
Okay.
Second tag is the Alpha Sierra 16 with Lima.
Yes, what's that vehicle make a model?
It's a Chevy 4-door white Malibu.
Yes, 1509.
Hey, how's the who's watching on Rumble? Go ahead and text me in the chat. I want to say hi to you. We got one viewer on Rumble.
Yes, welcome to go back there, Route 79, to the South 213, South 7th Avenue, 13th Street. The navigated white quarter $7, and it's asphalt for 769 should be the white quarter van at 1510. 75.21 P. So just show me the lead. I'm here with the container. Yes, ma'am. 16.9.
7525.
75.
Put me through a slide at a time while I'm reading a 2600 unit.
That's okay. 15.9.
Six 132.
6132, just now.
1943022. 46 3031 Rickle Avenue. Show my name.
Just now, 3031 Purple. Good night.
What's that other bread place there on 22nd? No, wait. 27th? Maybe 27th. Maybe 22nd, I don't know. It's called Domacela. Or Domacelo. They make some good sourdough.
Nice, really. Your container number?
6927.
6927, yes, sir.
Miami, you can show the unit 0906. Good afternoon.
Just off thing. That's 15 kilometers.
I might just have to stop at Versailles.
75 on 9 Papa. QSK. Yes, so it's still carry 19, so 96 grand.
You can show me 09 back on my 43.
Yes, sir. 15 minutes. $76.51. 7651.
Just good.
Still carry 19, Riverland, Southeast 15 Road.
You can show me 09 Miami. Back on 42.
Yes, online, back on the 43, 15 3 It's me to 419. 419 at 4 Gate Drive in Southwest 22 Street. 4 Gate Drive in Southwest 22 Street, reference to United Motors. Just a minute. And just me to 434. Is that Southwest 27 Avenue and Dixie Highway? Southwest 27 Avenue and Dixie Highway. The Vader causing a disturbance at the traffic light. At 1514. Just a minute.
Yeah, 27th and 11th.
Response at 151490.
$76.09.
76
Miami, the unit is coming for the 17. Have them respond to the gas station. In the gas station right now.
Yes, sir. 7521 feet. Through the radar flag.
Now, if we keep talking about bread, I'm gonna have to stop somewhere.
$7526 negative 13. Just made a 415. Is at 3620 Grand Avenue. 3620 Grand Avenue. It was in on a request repeated by a female caller. Just look at it. 16 7526.
What do you want me to bring back for you?
Yes, no. Just made a 415 on the 34. 3620 correctional 813 3620 Grand Avenue. 3620 Grand Avenue. Just made a 415. 415 on 13 on 3620 Grand, 3620 Grand Avenue. Here's made at 415.
I'm gonna bring you up Atlanta.
7624, showing around 15 on 13. 3620 Grand Avenue at 1517. 7624. 1617.
It's one of the last trailer home parks left in Miami-Dade County.
Just made it for 17 Mike. 17 Mike, sending at number 15 Southeast 6th Street. Number 15 Southeast 6th Street. Involving debris 30 hours and an electric scooter. And 2129. 2129, just there.
Miami 09, can you place me on that 32?
Here, son. 1589.
I think I found another little dead spot. Yeah, it froze there at right after the trailer park. You know, I wouldn't mind a glass of wine.
35. 7525.
Hey guys, let's take a quick commercial break here, and I'll see you back in 30 seconds.
Still here in the 27 area, time down.
Kiss on that ass there.
Yes, 1520 Avenue.
I said, let's take a quick commercial break here, and I'll see you back in 30 seconds. Roll it.
I just saw comments by Street.
1529.
Back, place me on the 13. It's going to be at 3211 Grand Ave. So you reference 25 that happened last night at Bank of America. And you're going to follow up with the manager there.
Yes, sir. 2624.
Okay, so then, do you want me on the 34 in front of you, or you want me to still take the 17 just click him in?
Perfect, no 15 available, you can take the sale. 17 Mike, yes, now. Number 15, Southeast 6th Street.
Alright, kids, I'll be about that.
Yes.
There's gotta be that disabled vehicle. That's what happens when you play with buttons you're not supposed to.
7425, both ears out.
Okay, thanks for this one.
All right, all right, all right.
Just Greater 472 Mike at 788 Circle Plaza, 788 Circle Plaza, Temporarily East Hotel. Just Greater. North Sunset 1523 Miami.
Is Sears open? I don't know. Let me drive in there. I'll check it out now. Can't see anything. I'm gonna drive in there now. There's a lot of cars parked here. Yeah, it's open. They've even got a little. They even got one of those little blow-up things. Two of them, actually. Definitely open. Yeah, still full of merchandise in there. Dude, I am thoroughly convinced that there is some cosmic energy that when I go live on this thing and drive around, that absolutely nothing happens in the entire city of Miami. I'm totally convinced that I'm single-handedly fighting all the crime here. Yeah. Yeah. Superman. Are you going this way or that way? Okay, you're going that way. Alright.
7623.
7623, yes, ma'am.
Miami 07, the case number. Go ahead and show 1309. Both parties settled on scene. And can you place me on a hold, please?
Yes, I have this signal 13 reference
Neil.
47, the case number.
Neil says turn it off and back on.
Okay, so I'll be at Southwest 4 and 7. Reference are pretty far.
Turn it off and back on and we can.
Hotel 1526 Miami.
Oh man. Neil and Cece get a cookie. Get a cookie each.
525.
Maybe it's our timeline, yeah. Yeah. Cece says maybe it's our timeline. That's the reason why nothing happens when we're driving around.
Please know I'll be completing the report on Matilda Street and Florida Ave.
Yes, I'm Matilda and Fuller, area 837.
Hey, do you guys spend a lot of time on X? Like, do you go on there for news and stuff? Well, we're talking about X. You know the roach switches don't come on until the night, until the lights are off. Yeah, I don't know, man. We've driven around for hours and hours and hours at night too. Man, I remember when I used to do this alone. I'm talking about years ago. You know, we're going on. I mean, I'm guessing 20 years ago at this point. I'd listen to the scanner. I had a scanner in my car, you know, and I'd listen and I'd drive around and just to go see, you know, just to go rubberneck all the. Sorry about that. Found another dead spot. So anyway, I used to drive around and listen, and man, it was, you know, I don't know, some accident there, somebody got shot there, you know. It was always.
7624.
QC.
7466.
It's gonna be carrier 34.
All right. We should be back. Sorry, I had to get out of that traffic because it was just impossible. Are we back? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see me on. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can see me. If somebody could check Rumble too, see if we're still up there. I don't know if we still are. All right, cool. So we're back. So anyway, where did I leave off? I was. All right. You guys can see me. That's good. So yeah, I drive around. You know, there was always something going on. You know, everywhere. You know, bunch of.
7624.
Oh man, this is getting really bad.
Show me arrival and more likely going to appear it's not related. I have a yellow scooter and yours here at 15 South 6.
PTSD. Well, hey, look, I want to clarify something. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am not a cop, and I never have been. I just love listening to the scanner. I'm more into the tech sector, and always have been. But yeah, I don't know about my PTSD days.
And 762 can you give me my rescue? I know he refused, but he has customer time. So check it out.
Here's my holders and outpatient.
But yeah, there was always something going on, you know.
39.
If it wasn't people getting into a fight or somebody got stabbed or shot, you know. I remember this one time there was this a call came out that there was a. Hold on a second, guys. Give me just a second. Let me figure this out real quick. There's something going on here.
2121.
Alright, we should be back here if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure. Alright, yeah, we are. Okay. Alright, we're back. I stopped the Rumble feed. Let me go in that real quick. Give me a second. All right, we should have a bit more stable. We should be a bit more stable now. I gotta check and see what's going on with Rumble. I don't know if it's trying to share the connection, or if it's multi-streaming through 2 different routes. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, so you know, there was a call one time that came out on 27th Avenue, and it was in Central. I want to say it was as far as the north end. And essentially, somebody got shot in the leg with what they described was a high-powered rifle. Okay, let's try this again. Are we still live? Are we even still live in this chat? This thing is just all over the place today. I'm not even sure what's going on here. All right. So, anyway, this call came out of a person that got shot in the leg by a high-powered rifle. So look at this building right here. Keep that building in mind, okay? I'm going to drive around it here in a second. But this call came out in the north end on 27th Avenue. And it was a weird call because it was very specific, you know? Like, oh, somebody got shot in the leg with a high-powered rifle, and then they left in a car. Or they fled in a vehicle. And I was like, wow, that's okay, fine. So then another call comes out, another beep tone comes out on the south end on 27th Avenue, where somebody that got shot in the leg with a high-powered rifle. And I was like, okay, that's definitely got to be the same person. There's no way that 2 people got shot, one in the north end with a high-powered rifle and one in the south end with a high-powered rifle. So I went to this building, the one that I showed you there a second ago, and there was a bunch of people out in the street, and there was something going on with the owner of the place, and I had an altercation with somebody that was there. I can't remember the details very much, but everybody's out in the street, like kind of in the sidewalk. They kind of spilled out from the place out into the sidewalk and that little courtyard area that's there in the front. And I didn't really see anything going on, like as far as like. Let me find this place real quick. Hold on. Okay, it's over that way. I gotta make another U-turn here. Actually, I'm gonna go up to 27th Avenue. I'm sorry, to 8th Street, and then come back. So I take a look. You know, I kind of parked across the street, and I'm looking, and I see this like fight going on. You know, un sapa fuera de esto, or everybody just goes outside and starts fighting or whatever. And at the same time that's going on, this is before you know, patrol units arrived. So I was there, like right across, and I'm watching this thing unfold, and I'm like, whoa, what a fight, dude. And then this call comes out while I'm sitting there about this high-powered, somebody shot in the leg with a high-powered rifle, but there at that address, and I'm like, that's not possible. It's not even possible. I'm here. You know, that didn't happen. So anyway, patrol units show up, and then they basically start, you know, they go, I don't know, it's maybe 5 or 6 of them, whatever. They get off and they start kind of dispersing the crowd and calming everybody down and, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. So I pull out of that parking space across the street that I was in, and I kind of went to this. I went westbound on the street that's kind of right next to that place that I showed you, where the you know, the QTH where they sent where the thing was going on. and there was a dude laying in the road. He was a 45, and I saw this. I'm looking down, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? What alternate universe have I just stepped into? And at that moment, there was some other units that showed up, and they were kind of setting up a perimeter around the area because supposedly somebody got shot there in that altercation. But it turns out that this dude that was on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side of this thing, on the side road basically, he was just laying on the ground, you know, barely breathing. He wasn't a 45 yet, but they couldn't save him. They had rescue working on him for, you know, I don't know, it was 30 minutes. They were pumping his chest there, and then I went back and parked across the street, and I'm watching this whole thing, and then apparently the owner of the place got arrested. I'm not even exactly sure for what. I never really found out what happened there, you know. But right here, that's the place I'm talking about right there, and then right here. Let's see, hold on. Yeah. Right there. Right there. The dude was laying in the street. Mind you, this is on the heels of a call from, and this guy, the guy that was laying on the street, this I do know, this I do remember. This guy, the guy that was laying on the street, when dispatch is asking, you know, what, like, they wanted to know what was going on or what the status of the male was or whatever. They were saying that he was shot in the leg, and that you know, that rescue was basically, they put a tourniquet on him, you know, whatever, but he had lost a lot of blood, you know, they couldn't save him. And I never found out if it was related to this incident that happened here, or if this guy got dumped, like got shot in the leg up there on the north end, you know, maybe jumped into his buddy's car or something, or, you know, I don't know, and then got dumped here somehow. And at the same time that this guy got dumped here, somebody else got shot over here at this place. And ever since that happened, this entire place has been closed down. Like, you see that little courtyard in there? That's where all the people came out. But this place never opened again. The owner was arrested, and I never found out anything about anything. And I could never figure out, like, how that guy ended up on the right hand, you know, on the side road over there. Just let's bring you back. Don't stay there too long. Yeah. So it was pretty crazy, that whole thing that went down there. And I never, you know, that's one of the things about the scanners that I don't like. You kind of never hear, you know, you hear the initial, like, chaos, you know, when everybody's, when the call first comes out, and then everything happens, and you hear kind of the back and forth, and sometimes, you know, there's people stepping on each other on the radio, you know, and there's, you know, but you get some good information out of it initially, and then once the scene is kind of like secure and everything is, you know, or they set up a perimeter, or maybe there's no perimeter, you know, or you never really hear kind of the end of it. So it sucks in that regard, because you never really know what's going on, you know. You never know what happened, like what the outcome was, you know. Obviously, if the outcome happens right there, like if the person is a 45, or, you know, it was a, you know, or somebody got transported to the hospital and then later was pronounced a 45, you know, you kind of get an idea of what happens. But if short of that, you know, you never really know, like, what happened with the dude that they arrested, you know, what happened with that particular incident, you know, what happened with the guy that they transported that got hit, you know, on a scooter, and they transported to trauma, you know. You never really know, you never really get to know what the outcome of any of this stuff is. It's frustrating sometimes, you know. Yeah, the cop who got a busted lip last week. The one over there at what's that place called? On the in on Channel 3. I already forgot the name of the place. The weirdest ones to me, though, the two weirdest ones in recent memory, the two weirdest ones in recent memory to me, though, were the one that happened on I-95 by the 195 overpass. And there was an unresponsive dude laying in the street, which initially was called out like a 44. And then there was a woman that was there as part of this scene, and they were like, this woman is running around hysterical, on the highway or whatever. And then it kind of morphed into like an 18, like a hit and run. So there was another vehicle involved, according to the initial call-outs. And then it was that the hysterical female that was running around was the victim of a 33, and that the subject, or the perpetrator, was the dude that was unresponsive in the street. And then we never heard another word about it. It was like nothing else happened. That was it. It was over. There was no transmissions. There was nothing else going on. There was like 5 different signal codes, It's like a 44 and an 18 and a 33, a rescue was involved. Media was on the scene, all of this at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I don't know, maybe 6 a.m. It was early, on a Saturday or something, I can go back and find it maybe, but that was weird. I mean, that was just like, what happened there? There's no reports about it. Nobody wrote about it. Any of the media that they were describing on the scene, I mean, maybe it was like an independent person, but nothing ever came of that. And that's just weird to me. That's like some Jason Bourne shit going on there, dude. Like did she get kidnapped, and then maybe the guy got tossed out of the vehicle, or maybe they were in a vehicle and somebody hit them, like for all those. It's crazy shit, dude. And then you don't find out about it at all. Nothing, no news, nothing on TV, nothing nothing on Twitter, nothing anywhere. In fact, the other one was the and this one I can understand. Whenever there's a 44 involving somebody in a building, and jumping off a building or whatever it is in Brickell, the news tends not to cover stuff like that because it's there's a whole book about it. I can't remember what the term is called, but it's like copycat syndrome. It's not that. That's not what it's called, but that's what it is basically. So what happens is the news tends to not report stuff like that because if it gets like sensationalized or whatever, what they noticed was that a lot of people, or some people, might try to do the same thing. Like you'll see a rash of 44s from the same building, for example, or in the same, using the same like scenario, So the news tends not to report on that very heavily, unless it's like, like the one that happened in Brickell where there was like body parts on people's cars and stuff as they were driving by. That got reported, There's a lady that had like an arm on her hood or something like that. I'm not laughing at it. I'm just, it's just the weirdest thing that you can possibly imagine happening to you, So. Yeah, El Marino says it started, the one on 985 started with a dead body on the side of the road. It started with an unresponsive male on the side of the road on I-95 near the 195 overpass. So the speculation was that he jumped, you know. And then as the call kind of progressed, it turned into, there was another vehicle. So there was a vehicle on the scene, or no, actually there wasn't. I don't remember that like that. But there was another vehicle involved somehow. But that got kind of categorized as an 18. It was, CC, it was like 6. It was like, I want to say between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. on I-95 on like July 2nd, you know, or July 1st, you know, that weekend, you know, the July 4th weekend. But it wasn't on July 4th, or maybe it was July 4th morning, you know. I can look it up. I'll have the history of all of that stuff there. I'm not gonna look it up now. But yeah, exactly, El Marino. And then so the vehicle, so it came out like a hit and run. So first it was a 44, somebody unresponsive on the side of the road, and then it came out as a hit and run, or it was kind of morphed into a hit and run. It wasn't changed into, but it was implied that there was another vehicle involved.
129.
Yeah, then then the disoriented female that was on the scene, like, she didn't know what was going on. And then that turned into a 33 where she was the victim and the dude that was unresponsive on the side of the road was the perpetrator. But then there was another car involved, like there was an 18 as well. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, this girl got kidnapped. She was in a car with 2 dudes driving down I-95. The one dude, I mean, and this is all total speculation, but you can imagine how easily you can go there. So the one dude gets into a fight with the other dude because he's not in agreement with this thing or whatever. She's already been, 33'd or maybe in the process or something. And then the one dude tosses the other dude out of the vehicle, or maybe shot him and tossed him out of the vehicle. And lady jumped out of the vehicle. The vehicle takes off. That's the only way that all those different codes make sense. Like, I don't even understand what happened there. And it sucks when you can't, you hear all that and you don't know what happened, how that ended. So, anyway, maybe we should start doing Freedom of Information Act for all the requests. Freedom of Information Act requests for the City of Miami. And get some of the dash cam and body cam footage for stuff like that, like what happened, that'd probably be cool. Yeah, I know you have them. There's a whole like media communications department over there.
Thank you for tuning into this shift of Miami PD Scanner 9. This broadcast
That's
is
the end of
but a new one will be available in just a few minutes.
that's the end of A shift, I guess.
Live broadcasts start at 8 a.m., 4 p.m., and midnight every day. So make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. See you soon.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know how long we've been going now. I had to stop the stream a couple times, so it only says 18 minutes, but I'm sure it's over an hour. Yeah, CC, I know you have them. I know that City of Miami has those videos. And there's an entire department kind of dedicated to responding to those FOIA requests. I'm gonna check that out because it'd probably be a good idea it'd be a good addition to the channel. They're gonna do like a little playlist with with the body cam and the BWCs and the cameras in the vehicles. Just to kind of get a better idea for what's going on. And then anyway, when stuff like that on 95, for example, that'll get handed off to, I mean, depending, I guess, on what happened and who the responding officer was and who the officer in charge is, you know, in command. That might get handed off to like FHP, for example, to finish the investigation, you know, or to take over, you know. So that may be why we didn't ever hear anything about it. But then why didn't we have anything, you know, if there was media involved, you know, why didn't we ever hear anything about it? Miami PD scanner, so Mrs. Miami PD scanner says 121. What is that? What are we saying here? Oh, an hour and 21 minutes. Got it. I understand now. Ken Russell for mayor. I like Cooper. He does well in Overtown. I gotta pay more attention to who's running for mayor, who isn't, and what's going on as far as that's concerned. I had some like police drama a couple years back when what's his name was chief. You guys remember when Madeline Garcia retired? Remember her rant on the radio? Acevedo, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that Madeline Garcia audio is actually in one of the playlists here on YouTube, on the Miami PD Scanner channel. She went off, boy. That made the news. That was crazy. That was crazy. All right. Well, guys, it is, what time is it? 3:58. I think I am going to call it quits for now. Maybe we'll come back on later, like after 8 p.m. We'll go for a quick drive. I do have to check on what's going on with Rumble and see why that's causing so much of a headache for me. Something else for me to do, I guess. Cece, enjoy your wine. Everybody else watching, thank you very much. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so now. It helps a lot. Also, share this with your friends. You know, send it to anybody who you think will find it interesting. I've had people in Miami. If you have people that you can share it with in Miami, I'm sure that they'll love it. I think I might get a slice of pizza here in a minute. Yeah. So if you're watching now and you haven't before, you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Remember that you can follow us on X at Miami PD Scanner. You can follow us on Instagram at Miami PD Scanner, which, by the way, Instagram is blowing up. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there was like 50 followers, like, I don't know, last week, and there's like 350 now, which is, I mean, pretty crazy as far as like growth is concerned. And I was talking to somebody about that, and they basically said that the best way to watch like all of the like the recap, you know, like you could swipe through them pretty quickly. And I started paying attention to the way that works in Instagram, and it was amazing. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have to start using Instagram to swipe through these little 30-second clips, you know. It's really, really useful, and you could like swipe up, you know, like the ones that you like. Read the transcripts on the ones, you know, on the top. So if you don't have the audio on, you can actually read what the call was about. It works really, really well. It's kind of the same as the YouTube Shorts here, but just Instagram's interface is a lot better. It's really cool the way that it works, and I think people like it because I go into the Instagram account like once a day. I don't really interact there very much because I don't use Instagram, but I go in there and I see that there's another 50 people, you know, another 36 followers, another 18, another, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, guys, again, pretty much all of the socials, X, YouTube, Instagram, they're all at Miami PD Scanner. I started a TikTok account, but I don't even know how to use that, so that's kind of just sitting there. That one is the real Miami PD Scanner because somebody stole my name before I was able to get it. And if you want all of the alerts, all of the uncurated alerts, that's the initial call out, the slowdown, the, you know, officer not answering his radio, stuff that's not very serious but there's a beep tone associated with it. The best place to do that is on Telegram. You can find the link to Telegram right there in the description of this video and also in the channel description. I really appreciate you guys watching. You make this a lot of fun for me. You keep the conversation going. We're going to change gears here in a couple days. Mrs. Miami PD Scanner and I are working on putting together a little bit of a more structured, you know, program. The idea is that we can, you know, that we can go for an hour, right? And then if any calls come out during that hour, we'll go to those calls and extend the hour to however long it takes, you know, depending on the call. But in the meantime, we'll drive around Miami and, you know, not aimlessly. We'll go to places of interest and talk about, you know, a particular town, or, you know, somebody mentioned graveyards the other day. I know that people kind of like to see that stuff. There's a lot of history here in Miami, and I think that we might explore that as part of our, you know, our weekly 1 hour show. And then, as always, if something really does go down and I'm not in the car, or we're not, you know, whatever, we'll just go ahead and do an impromptu live and just notify everybody on X and Telegram, you know, that we're going live at that moment. But again, thank you all very, very much for watching. I really appreciate you doing so. Hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, see you soon.